Oh, what you need.
Do we need to introduce?
Okay, my name is Megan.
And I'm Rachel.
And this is day 2 of our Boston trip. And we got to see MIT again and Harvard, as you can tell. Our Harvard sweatshirts.
Our nice sweatshirts.
So, today we went to the lab, one of the labs at MIT that does cancer research. And we talked to Chris Wood again. And in the lab, we looked at cancerous cells.
So we saw different types, like we saw breast cancer, prostate cancer, liver cancer, and we looked at them under the microscope and saw what they looked like in culture. And we also learned about the lab techniques to keep a lab culture and to maintain it in the lab.
And so if we took videos of it, and if they decide to load, I'll add them to the video so you can watch them after our picture slideshow of what we've done today.
Mm-hmm. And we also talked about how drugs are developed and how they go from, in the lab to patients. We talked with an MD PhD, and that was pretty cool, who was working to get both of those degrees.
So he would do research of some sort and see patients as well.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. So after that, we toured Harvard, and it was very beautiful and very impressive.
It was. The buildings were so big, and you'll see some of them in there, and just the brick structure. And we also got a picture of John Harvard, the statue.
Yeah.
The statue,
it's 10
not
o'clock.
the real person. And
it's 10 o'clock right now, if you heard that.
And so...
What else? Oh, and they had this really cool periodic table there that it had a piece of all of the elements that were on it, or like a vial of the invisible gas that you just trusted was there. But.
Or there was a radioactive sign if it was like super radioactive and it couldn't even be there. So it was really cool to see all, like, to match the elements with what they looked like.
Oh, yeah. So then we talked to Dr. Coleman's other brother, Kevin, and he's a theoretical physicist, and he told us about his research about how drugs interact with each other and the effects of, multiple drugs and how you can predict that using mathematical models and stuff like that. So it was really complicated, but,
yes.
Really, really interesting.
And it was nice because some of the applied work that he was doing with the graphs were some of the equations that I have recently learned in AP Chemistry. And so it was nice that I could make, on a small scale, those connections. And instead of working with cancer cells like Chris was doing, Kevin is working with E. coli cells. And so it's different ends of the spectrum, but it's very interesting to see how they compare with each other.
Yeah.
So
it was a good day.
It was.
Lots of fun. We learned a lot.
Yes.
And yeah.
And so tomorrow we are going to a physics conference, and hopefully we can stay awake.
Fun, yeah.
So we will see you all tomorrow.